It's an honor to watch this gorgeous audience who have gathered here. I, Arman, with my co-host Miss Alicia, once again welcomes you all on behalf of the whole Horizon family on this 11th annual day function.
Today is a special day for us as we are celebrating our anniversary of the Horizon School. Thank you all for giving your valuable and precious time.
We request you to sit back, watch out the performance of our kids, keeping the mobile phones in silent mode if possible.
It is a mark of our tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of an important event. Like the great philosopher once said, the function of the prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. Let me call out our team for the prayer.
Very good evening, one and all. Respected President of this function, Janab M. Salahuddin Sahib, Trustee of our school, and also he is the Director of Astra MIMS Hospital, Calicut, and our guest of honor, Colonel Nisar Ahmed Sidi, who is the Chief Executive Officer of SAPI, our nearby college, our sister institution. Janab Kunjamad Sahib, who is felicitating this function, and also students Fatima, Amara, Reemnas, my dear students and parents. It gives me immense pleasure to stand before you for the 11th annual day celebration of the Horizon School. I am very happy that our school is growing well. I am not prolonging my speech, already 6 o'clock now. I know that the parents came here to see your beloved children's dances, dramas and all. So I take my responsibility to express my welcome to you all. Once our Vice President and also the Trustee, Salahuddin Sahib, he is actually in Dubai, but fortunately, since he is here, when I invited him, he before time itself he came and came here to bless our occasion. Colonel Nisar is a good motivator. He has taken class today also for our 10th standard students for motivating their time management skills and all. And he is our keynote, will be delivering his keynote address. I welcome you, sir, for this occasion. Our principal will be giving you the short report of this school during the last 1 year. And I also welcome all the parents, their relatives, friends, and well-wishers for this 11th annual day function. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your earnest welcome address. Now, let me invite our honorable guest, Mr. Salahuddin, for the formal inauguration of the annual day, Grandeur 2020, a mega show of artistic extravaganza by launching the propitious ceremony.
A very good evening to you all. I must say that I'm extremely happy to do that at this particular moment. A lot of things have changed ever since. When we have started this institution 10 years back, I think we have moved to this beautiful premises. I must say that perhaps this is the most beautiful school premises I have seen in this region at least. When we have started this, we have a lot of aspirations and expectations and all that. Unfortunately, all this could not be borne fruit due to our own reasons, I must admit that. The trustees of this school, I must say, the who is who of the region. All the big names are there. But then we decided to assign the running of this school to some other outside operators and all that. Then when we found that they were not doing fine, we shifted that to someone else, then someone else. Then we realized that this is not going to take us anywhere. Just having a building, a beautiful building and a site will not decide the future of our dear children. You need something much, much more than that. That is when we have realized there has to be someone who is committed, well experienced in this field, who has time to spend quality time on this, who is attending to the needs of every needs of the school, at least in the formative stages, to be here all the time. That's when our dear C.P. Kunyam Sahib, we found him, he has been a trustee all the time, but we thought this gentleman will not have time to spend on our this thing, because he has got maybe 100 things on his platter. And how can he ever think of spending some time on this small thing? But then he volunteered. He volunteered and took up the challenge and said, gave us the promise that he will make it happen. We were extremely happy. We thought we got our real avatar now. So he is here now. And I don't know how he manages his time. Colonel Siddhi was telling me that he's taken a training class in time management in Safi today. So we have to learn this from this gentleman. How to manage your time. It's very important. It's very important. So now he makes sure that he's here every day, and you have a resident principal here who makes sure that all the activities of this particular school is coordinated and controlled by him. And he's committed. The commitment has, I think, has percolated from CP to him, and that is what is taking this forward. I'm absolutely sure that our dream is going to fulfill our dream, which is going to be your dream. Your children's future is going to be quite secure in these gentlemen's hands. Because, as I've said earlier, you will not find another institution, I think, at least I haven't seen, which is so beautiful as this. The money we spend on this, you don't have to spend this much money, or you don't need to have this much a big, spacious landscape place for having a small school like this. We all did this with the sole purpose of having an institution about which all of us will be extremely, extremely proud of. I personally believe always in one thing. It's not the number of companies or the size of the companies or the turnover it makes or something like that. We have to be feeling extremely proud about working for and working in an institution which will feel extremely proud of. We all wanted this to be like that. None of us who have invested quite a lot of money long back were expecting anything in return monetary wise from this institution. What we wanted was actually to build an institution which will fulfill the aspirations of all of us, which will be playing a key role in molding the futures of our beloved children. And now I think I'm absolutely sure we can promise you that. And this is going to happen. And I don't think you will find such a committed, such a resourceful group of trustees behind the institution as much as you find behind Horizon School. But what we needed was someone to play the game from the front that we have in C.P. Kunjam Sahab, and he will make it happen. It is happening now. The first thing was the affiliation, which we have already got, because in the board meetings we discuss something, in 2-3 months' time it happens. I don't know whether he has got Aladdin's magic lamp, it is just like that. Here he has been telling us about an indoor stadium. By the time we come here in a month's time after, it's here. Then last time I came here, I think a couple of months back, we were discussing about boys' hostel with a ground floor and basement. It's almost there. Now, in the last meeting, I think we have decided to have that, CP has told you also, decided to have a girls' hostel. Then later, a polytechnic. We have the land. We have the resources. Now, no one can stop us. I think we are quite happy with what are going on in around, what's going in and around here. And you also can be extremely, extremely confident about the fact that you have put your children in such a good, futuristic institution. I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much for inviting me here for this particular function. Thank you.
I would like to present to you a very brief sketch of this year's academic report to you. I will try to be as brief as possible. I'll be reading from this paper, so there can be points that you could specially note. There can be points that you could specially note in order to give us further feedback for our future improvements on the basis of the existing facilities here and the facilities that are coming up in future as announced by our Honorable Executive Trustee and Manager Mr. C.P. Kunjam Ahmed and our Trust Vice President Mr. M. Salahuddin. So many things are coming up for future. But let me look back and see what happened from June till date. This report tries to trace back to the most memorable sequence of events since the launching of this academic year. The curricular and co-curricular activities and the reflections on better prospects for future are taken into consideration. The school reopened on June 10 for the new academic year. Students were welcomed with flowers and toffees on the first day. The Honorable Executive Trustee, Mr. C.P. Kumnyu Muhammad himself, was at the steps to welcome each student with flowers and toffees. As part of our efforts to run the institution in a smoother manner, some basic changes were brought in this year, like changing the timing as from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and stopping the breakfast service. Complimentary snacks and drinks were introduced at recess time instead of the breakfast, and lunch was served as usual. Students were grouped into 3 different houses, and by June 21, the sports uniforms were made available to students. The houses were troopers in red color, warriors in green color, and raiders in yellow color. On June 29, the days of wearing the sports uniform were specified to each student. In response to parent recommendations, 2 major steps were initiated from September in order to improve the quality of teaching and learning. The first one was the system of daily uploading of the homework and classwork sheet on the School Bib app. This ensures the transparency in the daily academic affairs. Secondly, booster classes were initiated and are still functional in order to support students who need extra care in all subjects. We have very positive feedback from parents regarding the effectiveness of the booster class system. Between the months of July and February, 4 periodic tests and 1 SA1 exams were given to grades 1 to grade 8. For grade 9, 4 unit tests and 4 periodic tests were conducted, apart from the SA1 exam in November. The annual exam for grade 9 are scheduled to begin from the 20th of this month. That is the day after tomorrow, up to the 28th of February. As for the grade 10 batch this year, 4 unit tests and 3 periodic tests were conducted, apart from the SA1 exam in November and the model exam in the first week of this month. Now to the training sessions and staff reviews. The new academic year was ushered in with the first session of teacher training on the 13th of May at the Audiovisual Theatre of Farooq College from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., comprising 3 workshop sessions and a concluding group discussion. There was another induction training program for teachers on the effective use of multimedia in classes conducted by myself on June 3. Teachers, especially of the primary section, were given first aid training on June 7 by Ms. Sunida, the principal of JDT Nursing College, Calicut, to equip them to give emergency first aid to students in need. 4 sessions of training were given to teachers who teach the EXCEED curriculum by personnel who were sent by the EXCEED system themselves. Teachers from the primary and KG section took a training on how to cater to students with special needs at Kozhikode on December 4, what was organized by the Spandana Group, Calicut. 2 performance reviews of teachers have already been conducted, and feedbacks were given to them for the areas of improvement. Now to the co-curricular activities. The swimming pool was made fully operational after renovation and protective grill cover. A permanent schedule for use was also issued for all classes. Throughout the academic year, a series of co-curricular activities were conducted, which include competitions of various types. They included class decoration competition, quiz competition, pencil drawing competition, gift wrapping competition, elocution competition, chart and poster making competition, all conducted on inter-house basis. Club activities were in full swing every Saturday. The club activities culminated in a school exhibition on 28 January. Now the celebrations and ceremonies and other events that happened in the school. Elections were held to choose the school council members on June 28. On July the 8th, the investiture ceremony was held in which the newly elected student council members were sworn in. Mr. Ahmad Riaz, the Deputy Director of Farooq Institute of Management Study, and Mr. C.P. Kunj Muhammad, our Executive Trustee, were present in the ceremony. The students of the previous grade 10 batch were also called in and felicitated in the ceremony. On July 20th, there was a parent orientation session. On the same day, the chairman of the school management committee, Dr. Azad Mupin, along with the other executive trustee members, including our executive trustee and manager, Mr. C.P. Kunj Muhammad, and several others, visited the school to assess the situation with a view to future developmental work. On August 9, the foundation stone laying of the boys' hostel was done, along with the foundation laying ceremony for the indoor court. This was done at a distant location because the school area was not accessible because of the flood at that time. Onam celebrations this year was quite memorable with some cultural programs and a grand Onam Sadhya, the grand feast, was given to all the staff and students of the school. The Independence Day was celebrated with the available members of staff and students since, as I said earlier, the access to the school was hazardous due to floods all around. The Puberty Awareness Day was observed with separate awareness sessions for both boys and girls by Ms. Sunida, the principal of JDT Nursing College. The Kerala Piravi Day was celebrated with cultural programs staged by both students and teachers. On November 30, 2019, the formal inauguration of the indoor basketball court and the school gymnasium, together with the formal handing over of the state government NOC for the school, was held in a glittering ceremony in which Dr. K.T. Jalil, the State Minister for Higher Education, took part. Now to sports and associated events. This year's annual Sports Day was inaugurated by our Honorable Executive Trustee, Mr. C.P. Kunj Muhammad, on 21st of December 2019. This was preceded by a series of inter-house tournaments in football, basketball, cricket, chess, and caroms. The winners were crowned in the evening, distributing medals and certificates on the victory stand to the winners. Now to field trips and excursions. On September 2, the KG to grade 8 classes went to the Parsons Foods Private Limited in Kinfra Park on a field trip. Grades 9 and 10 were taken to the flood disaster site at Kavalapara, Nilambur on October 12. Students visited the site and interacted with the people in the immediate vicinity, collecting information mainly regarding disaster management. They submitted their report to the class teachers later on. Grade 1, Grade 2, LKG, UKG had a pressure tip for learning on October 25. On Thursday, 9th of January, KG to grade 3 students were taken on a field trip to the aquarium and beach at Kozhikode. Grade 7 to 10 students went on a 2-day, 1-night excursion to Munnar and Vagamon on January 23 and 24, while grade 3 students, grade 3 to 6 students were taken to Kochi on a 1-day excursion program on January 23. KG to grade 2 was taken to the Kadalundi Bird Sanctuary and the Highlight Mall Amoeba Game Area and Snow Fantasy on a 1-day trip on February 3, 2020. Now, the events related to the participation of parents. Parent orientation meeting was held on Friday, 7th June 2019 at 2:30 p.m. as a preparatory program for the new academic year. The second parent orientation meeting was held on Saturday, 20th of July 2019 at 9:30 a.m. at the school premises. The first open house was held on August 31. The second open house was held on October 19, and in which a school PTA council was convened. The third one was held on January 11. There was a council meeting too. Now to conclude, this academic year is coming to a successful close with the annual examination in March. I'm quite relieved that it's been smooth sail for so far, except for some changes in the proposed school calendar events due to multiple reasons, including the loss of many working days, as I said in the introduction, chiefly due to inclement weather conditions. I express my regret for these changes. However, we staff and administration believe that we have tried our best to prove justice to the expectations of parents in general. I would like to use this moment to pay homage to the departed soul of one of our staff members, Mr. Suresh Babu, the school bus driver, who died on 16 December 2019 following an accident on the 4th of December. Now let me conclude by thanking all of the staff members, parents and the management for staying staunchly with us in executing all the key decisions throughout the academic year. Once again, thank you to all of you for coming here today. Thank you so much and have a nice evening. Enjoy the cultural extravaganza after the formal function. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Look for the heights, aim at the highest, and you shall reach the highest. The earth is enjoyed by heroes. This is the unfailing truth. Be a hero always and say, I have no fear. Face the terrible boldly, and you will be a winner.
Winners always keep moving. They leap from every failure into success. It's time to bestow the winners of the academics and non-academics as well.
It's a pleasure to receive prizes as winners of any item, and it doubles the joy when we receive it from the hands of our dear ones. Now, I'd like to call upon the esteemed parents of the winners to give out the Star of the Year prizes for the academic sparkles for sports and athletics.
It is Ms. Zia Mehrin, the Star of the Year for Academic Sparkles from Grade 1. Parents of Zia Mehrin, please come up on to stage to give out the award.
Next, Star of the Year Award for Academic Sparkles goes to Miss Alia Mariam from Grade 2. Parents of Alia Mariam, please come up on the stage.
There's one more Star of the Year from... There's one more Star of the Year from Grade 2, and it is Miss Mariam Karudedat from the Academic Sparkles in the academic year 2019-20. Parents of Mariam, please come up onto the stage and to give out the award. Next is here.
Mr. Ayan Ashraf from Grade 3 bags the Next Star of the Year award for the academic sparkles in the academic year 1920. Parents of Ayan Ashraf, please come upon the stage to give us the award.
Ms. Suha Sabe from Grade 4 is the next winner of the Star of the Year award for academic sparkles in the academic year 2019-20. Parents of Suha Sabe, please come up on the stage to give out the award.
It is Miss Isam Mehran from Grade 5 who has achieved the Star of the Year award for academic sparkles. Next, parents of Isam Mehran, please come upon the stage.
From Grade 6, the Star of the Award winner is Miss Sonal S. Parents of Sonal S, please come up onto the stage to give out the award.
Mr. Mohammad Yasir from Grade 7 wins the Next Star of the Year award for his academic excellence. Parents of Mohammad Yasir, please come upon the stage.
Azwan Ahmed is the winner of the Star of the Year from Grade 8 for academic sparkles. Parents of Mohammad Azwan, please come up onto the stage to give out the award.
Alicia Zulfikar from Grade 9 bags the Next Star of the Year award for her academic excellence. Parents of Alicia Zulfikar, please come upon the stage. Alicia Zulfikar from Grade 9 bags the Next Star of the Year award for her academic excellence. Parents of Alicia Zulfikar, please come upon the stage.
Fatima Amra from Grade 10 has snatched the Next Star of the Year award for academic excellence. Parents of Fatima Amra, please come up onto the stage.
For the perfect attendance, Ishal Ashraf from Grade 2 wins the Star of the Year award. Parents of Ishal Ashraf, please come upon the stage. Ishal Ashraf from grade 2 wins the Star of the Year award. Parents of Ishal Ashraf, please come upon the stage.
For the perfect attendance, Laza Ashraf from grade 6 wins the Star of the Year award. Parents of Laza Ashraf, please come up onto the stage.
Vishal K of grade 6 wins the next Star of the Year award for the perfect attendance. Parents of Vishal K, please come upon the stage.
Miss Sia S wins Discipline Star of the Year award for extraordinary discipline in the academic year 2019-20. Parents of Sia S, please come up onto the stage.
Next, Discipline Star Award goes to Faust Reda of grade 10 for his extraordinary discipline in the academic year 1920. Parents of Faust Reda, please come upon to the stage. Parents of Faust Reda, please come upon to the stage.
I'm so delighted to stand here to express the gratitude on behalf of the Horizon School. I express my deep sense of gratitude to our Chief Executive Trustee, Mr. C.P. Kunji Muhammad, for encouraging us with your words of wisdom. It is indeed your presence made this evening a grandeur, one for all of us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind gesture, saying it from our heart. I express heartfelt thanks to Mr. Asena Talagan, our school principal. It is your vision and leadership that has brought everything positive possible in this campus. We'll learn a lot for life from you and from your guidance. Thank you, sir, for leading and guiding us, both in easy and hard times. Dear dads, you do so much for your kids, and dear moms, you sacrifice a lot for their future. Thanks for everything that you're doing for them. Your support and care matter a lot to us. I especially thank our non-teaching and support staff and all other people who have worked for technical arrangements, stage settings, lighting arrangements, photographers who added carnival to this evening events. The annual day of the Horizon School brings out the talents and interests of every individual, latent within themselves. Once again, I thank all of you for your valuable presence in this evening. Thank you all once again. Have a good day.
It's time to unveil the curtains of the Cultural Fest of the 12th Annual Day. Every art is the expression of here and now when you celebrate. Its natural dynamics, it becomes a treat to pleasing eyes. Dance is a movement, literature, rhythm, mysticism, painting, poetry and coordination of moves. It windows to a larger life and culture.
Now we are entering into the cultural sessions filled with dazzling dances and magical music. Bread and butter goes together very well. Welcome and dance too is a wonderful combination. You will yourself discover as the colors of this event embellish us all together. Let us watch a semi-classical welcome dance by our dance team.
مشينا بالحيط بإيدك وحده قادر السنين اليوم زي حاله صدقني وثقني نهي في الحالة أو إن كان أنا تنفع من بعد تعاني يقولوا لي واسجر
on your flashlight or your mobile phones so that the event will be more lively. So I request, please, we are going to switch off the lights now.
Hello,
Please
hello.
switch on the mobile phones flashlights so that the event can remain. All parents and friends, please take your mobile phones and switch off the flashlights.
Don't.
Only my swipe there so that the event will become more lively.
When tomorrow comes, I'll be a man, feeling better and all the things I don't know. When tomorrow comes, the road is long to look into the sky, and then a dark eye found heaven and I don't fly, and I sing along, and I sing along. I go honey when I got you and I look around me, see a sweet life, stuck in the dark but in my flashlight. You get me through the night, kickstart my heart when it's shining in my eyes. Can't lie, it's a sweet life. I'm stuck in the dark but you're my flashlight. You get me through the night, 'cause you're my flashlight, 'cause you're my flashlight, 'cause you're my flashlight. Whoa, whoa, I see the shadows long beneath the mountain top. I'm not afraid when the rain was dark, 'cause you light the way, you light the way, you light the way. I go early, I got you and I look around me, see a sweet light, stuck in the dark but in my flashlight. You get me through the night, kickstart my heart when it's shining in my eyes. Can't lie, it's a sweet life, stuck in the dark but in my flashlight. You get me through the night, 'cause you're my flashlight, 'cause you're my flashlight, 'cause you're my flashlight. I go honey when I got you and I look around me, see a sweet life, stuck in the dark but you're my flashlight. You get me through the night, kickstart my heart when it's shining in my eyes. Can't lie, it's a sweet life, stuck in the dark but you're my flashlight. You get me through the night, 'cause you're my flashlight, 'cause you're my flashlight, 'cause you're my flashlight. Whoa, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You're my flashlight.
Why does the river flow? Why is the snail so slow? Where do a crow go? Where is the cloud home? Why do they always roam? How do a rose grow? Why doesn't a stone grow? Where is the ant's nose? Where is a snake's toast? Thank you.
रब की कहानी है इश्क को, दिल की दीवानी है इश्क को, महकी सी प्यार है तुझे बताना तेरे वास्ते मेरा इश्क सूफियाना मेरा इश्क सूफियाना मेरा इश्क सूफियाना तेरे वास्ते मेरा इश्क सूफियाना मेरा इश्क सूफियाना मेरा इश्क सूफियाना
Respected principal, teachers and my dear friends, a very good morning to all of you. Myself, Liza Fatima of grade 1, stand before you to speak about behavior of a good student. Good students are role model of good choices. They should have good and excellent qualities. They obey their teachers and parents. They will have desire to learn new things. They respect and help others. They also use polite words like please and thank you. They maintain their cleanliness at home, school and all other places. Good students are hardworking and they focus on their studies. So, my dear friends, be a good student, excellent qualities to be successful with flying colors. Let me conclude with the quote, your good behavior can change one's thought about humanity. So be good and always do good. Thank you.
ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸ਼ਿਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੂੰ ਢਿੱਡ ਮੇਰਾ ਲੀਨਾ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਬੋਲਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਮਸ਼ੀਨਾ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ 24 ਘੰਟੇ ਵੇਖਦੀ ਐ ਸਕੂਬੀ ਡੂਬੀ ਡੂ ਹਲੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੂੰ ਨਾ ਬੋਲੀ ਆਈ ਲਵ ਯੂ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਖੋਲ ਲੈ ਤੂੰ ਬੋਤਲ ਗਲੀਓ में पै जावे रोला यू तो सारे तुझे बोले तो रोला
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alia Mariam of grade 2. Today I'm reciting a poem written by the great Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore. Art thou abroad on this stormy night, on thy journey of love, my friend? The sky groans like one in despair. I have no sleep tonight, ever and again. I open my door and look out on the darkness, my friend. I can see nothing before me. I wonder where lies thy path. By what dim shore of the ink black river? By what far edge of the frowning forest? Through what mazy depth of the gloom art thou threading thy course to come to me? Thank you. Have a nice day.
Take your balloons and be ready. Is there any more members? Please come. Yeah, just blow it up and burst it. Within 1 minute, complete the maximum number of balloons. Take your balloons right now. each of you. Get ready for the task. I will count 1, 2, 3, and 3 you will start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Give a big clap to everyone. Yeah, hardly trying, but not much bursting. Try. Yeah. Give clap. The time is moving. It's almost 30 seconds now. We have 30 seconds more to complete the task. Yeah, come on everyone. Clap them. Encourage them by clapping. Sohail. They are hardly trying it, and there is a lot of bursts can hear. Yes. Yeah, the number of bursting is increasing. Yeah, the time finished right now. Time up, please. We have wonderful prizes for the winners. So we will have one more round and then we will go for the final round. What? Nafla and Ramya are the winners of this fun game.
Shining in the window, time to start a new day. Can't you hear the songbird singing? I'm gonna sing loud and say, it's a beautiful day for running in the sun. A beautiful day has just begun. A beautiful day to do what I want to do. Look around the world of beauty, from the mountains to the sea. And there's a corner, a waiting there for you and me. It's a beautiful day for running in the sun. A beautiful day has just begun. A beautiful day to do what I want to do. Thank you. Sit. How will sit? Go. My father come. All things bright and beautiful, all things sweet and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. His little flood that open, His little flood that sing. How great the living God, and made a tiny wing. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. The purple-headed mountain, the river running by, the sunset and the morning, the bright stars of the sky. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. The moving in the wind, the pleasant summer sun, the life in the garden, God made them everyone. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things bright and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. God gave us eyes to see them, and lips that we might tell how great is God Almighty, who has made all His well. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Thank you. Good evening to one and all present here. Today, I, Leah Zulfikar, standing in front of you to deliver a small speech on education of a girl child. I would like to start with a sentence coming in my mind. A girl is a family's joy. She is no less than a boy. There was a time when people thought that it is not necessary to educate girls. Also, they believed that the money spent on girls' education was wasted. I believe that education is freedom. Educated girls are able to stand up for their rights. The rural girls don't get much opportunity in education even now. Here, I would like to remind you all that the progress of a country depends on girls' education. It should be encouraged. It is our collective responsibility. Thank you.
കൈലേന്തും തമ്പൂരടി നല്ലച്ഛന്റെ തിരുമുമ്പ് ചെന്ന് കളി തുടങ്ങി അങ്ങനെ പലിവാള ഭദ്രവടകം കൈലേന്തും തമ്പൂരടി നല്ലച്ഛന്റെ തിരുമുമ്പ് ചെന്നു കളി തുടങ്ങി പലിവാള അങ്ങനെ പലിവാള Let me be free, habit, racing. What a feel to the pavement. Keep on reaching. Hold on to what you believe in. You're the one who is remember the meaning. So for sure, singing. I will raise my arms high. I will touch the sky. I will sing a song loud. Let me be free. Parivala Good evening, everyone. I, Bilal Hussain of Grade 2, is here to present a few amazing facts about animals. Baby elephants suck their trunks for comfort. Tigers have striped skin, each as well as each pattern is a unique fingerprint. Sea otters hold their hand while sleeping so they don't drift apart. Flamingos are naturally white but they dye. Shrimp, brine and algae makes them pink. There was once that a crocodile could gulp. A grizzly bear's bite is enough to crush a bowling ball. I hope the facts was informative. Thank you.
We have gathered here today to celebrate this occasion of the annual day. So I would like to speak on child labor. First of all, I am pleased to have such a chance and giving me such a great opportunity here. My dear parents, child labor has been a big social issue which interferes with the nation's development to a great extent. As we all know, these children are the future of our country. So why are we using child labor only for our small temporary benefits? Most of the children are involved in child labor in the fields like agriculture, mining, factories, production and many other services. Thank you. Have a nice day.
3, 2, 1. Start the game now. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
I promise to keep it healthy and beautiful. I will love the land, the air, the water, and all living creatures. I will be a defender of my planet, united with friends. I will save the earth. United with friends, I promise to keep it. United with friends, I will love the land. United with friends, I'll be a defender. I will save the earth. The earth is my rich, healthy, and beautiful. I will love the land, the air, the water, and all living creatures. I will be a defender of my planet, united with friends. I will save the earth. I will save the
La 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 la. Freeze! Freeze! Freeze!
Freeze!
मैं झुके झुके मेरी निगाहें तुझे खबर क्या बेखबर जिस दिन तुझको ना देखूं पागल पागल फिरती हूँ कौन तुझे यूं प्यार करेगा जैसे मैं करती हूँ। Thank you.
அந்த கடவுளின் துணவனானா யாரு யாரு என்ன பேசுனாங்க அடி என்னவெல்லாம் சொல்லி பேசுனாங்க யாரு யாரு என்ன பேசுனாங்க அடி என்னவெல்லாம் சொல்லி பேசுனாங்க